Hi, welcome back. We're going to finish up practice problem number 2 here, looking at part C. We already did part A, we did part B. We're going to do part C. So let's dive in, let's see what's going on here. So part C, all right away, first thing I see is this is 1 mark. This tells me there is 0 work to be done. And if I think about this more than about 30 seconds, I've probably overthought it, and I'm probably missing something that's supposed to be obvious. Now, write down. Whew, man, as soon as I see write down, same thing as the 1 mark, this is a really short problem. This problem is not going to require any work. This should just require me looking at the information that I have and interpreting it. So write down the probability that the second spin is yellow, given that the first spin is blue. Okay, I can tell you right now, I can tell you what that is. I had to think about it for about 2 seconds. But let's analyze this. So, given that the first spin is blue, you got a little bit of a look at this in some of the videos that you've watched. When you have this given, what that's telling you is that's something that already happened. So for part C, given the first spin is blue, this means we already have a blue spin, or spin to blue, however you want to call that. So we've already spinned a blue. We already have blue. So remember I told you in 1 or 2 of the other videos, tree diagrams, they're kind of like real trees. Like, you can't just apparate up to the top of a tree. You have to start at the beginning and work your way over. Well, when we have a given, that's almost like apparating to the middle of the tree. What that means is I'm going to start and I know I have a blue. So really, this becomes my starting point, because I know that I already have a blue spin. So this is now my starting point because I know this already happened. I didn't spin a yellow, I didn't spin a white, I don't have to worry about those. So from here, what's the probability that I spin yellow? That would be 1/3. And that is my answer. So probability yellow given blue. If you watched, I think you actually got this notation in one of the con videos. If you didn't, that's okay. We're going to talk about it next week. Yellow given blue. This little line right here means given. So the probability that I spin a yellow given that I already have a blue is 1/3. Notice this is going to be really key for later on when we talk about when we go into more depth about independent events. Notice the probability of yellow given blue, turns out that's the same as the probability of yellow, which is 1/3. So notice yellow given blue and just plain yellow, those are both the exact same probability, because what does that mean? The fact that we spun a blue, because these are independent events, knowing that we spun a blue has absolutely nothing to do with, doesn't change the probability of spinning a yellow. The probability of spinning a yellow is 1/3. The probability of spinning yellow after spinning blue is also 1/3. Turns out the probability of spinning yellow after spinning a white is also going to be 1/3. The probability of spinning a yellow after spinning a yellow is also going to be 1/3. Because these are independent events, so whatever happens first does not change the next probability. So, key points, those will come in more depth later on. That's kind of looking ahead. But there you go. That is practice problem number 2. Thank you so much for joining me.